Hello, this is literally Majora. You can call me Majora if you want, but my real name is Benny. This is episode 2 of Majora Talks, and I figured, why not be like everybody else and do a countdown video? I should try to be relevant. So, fandom is a very prevalent thing nowadays. You don't really enjoy a form of media. You are a part of the fandom. So that is why today I want to talk about my top 10 favorite ships of all time. I ship like a lot of things, and I'm in a lot of fandoms. Literally any even remotely plausible ship can worm its way into my heart eventually, as long as it doesn't involve like incest or shipping a child with an adult or sexualizing children, because that's gross. I tried to pick a variety of different ships. I tried to not pick two from any of the same fandom, which I succeeded in. I was pretty proud of that. So here we go, top 10. Number 10 is SNUN. Do people still ship SNUN? The very first fandom I was ever heavily involved in was the Cryotic/Late Night Crew fandom. If you're not familiar with that, that's a YouTuber, a Let's Player, Cryotic, who is still my favorite to this day. He has a weekly stream with his friend, Russ Money, called Late Night with Cry and Russ. Two recurring characters. Two people who are on the stream a lot are Snake and Scott John. I'm not sure if they're both still on the stream because I don't watch it anymore because I don't have time. I used to stay up so late when I have to get up early the next morning to watch the stream, and I don't have that in me anymore. I could do that when I was 17, but suddenly I turned 19 and that was just over. I couldn't do it anymore. My body said, whoa, please sleep. By the way, I'll probably be making a How Cryotic Changed My Life video. If not that, a How YouTube Changed My Life, but that would have to be like a 3-part thing because there are layers to that. Anyway, Scott and Snake bickered a lot back when I was watching the stream. I am a sucker for tropes, so any bickering friendship turns into a ship in my book. I don't really ship it anymore, just because people kind of went too far with it and made Scott and Snake uncomfortable, which made me kind of uncomfortable. I didn't like being associated with that. I'm not part of that fandom anymore. I still watch Cry, but I don't create any content for the fandom. But I figured I should include it because that was the one that truly started it all for me. Number 9 is Tibbs. If you've never seen NCIS before, it is a crime drama like any other. It follows an NCIS team, that is Naval Criminal Investigative Services, headed up by Leroy Jethro Gibbs. Second B is for Bastard. And his second in command is Senior Field Agent Tony DiNozzo. Tony has always been loyal to Gibbs, and yes, Tony's character was written off of the show in recent years so that the actor could start a new show as the main character. But a lot of people still ship Tibbs, a lot of people still write for Tibbs. I personally don't write any fics about Tibbs. But I enjoy it greatly. Tony has been described in the show as Gibbs's loyal Saint Bernard. That doesn't require any further explanation. Number 8 is Spidey Flash, or Spider Flash. People kind of don't have a solid name for this ship, which is probably because it's not everybody's OTP, you know? That would be Spidey Pool, which I've also seen called Spider Pool, so maybe people are just bad at Spider-Man ship names. But yes, this is Peter Parker and Eugene Flash Thompson. Again, I'm a sucker for tropes, especially fanfiction tropes, which means I love any sort of like misunderstood bully character with a tragic backstory, getting a redemption arc, getting to be a good guy, and getting to be friends with the hero in the process. I actually started an unfinished fic that will never be finished, and you will never see that, or at least not anytime soon. But back in the day, when Ultimate Spider-Man was new, which isn't a long time ago, but it's some time ago, I wrote some Spidey Flash. I absolutely adore Flash Thompson. What a babe. Number 7 is Dreary. Even if you've never so much as seen a single Harry Potter movie, I'm sure you know who Draco Malfoy is. Like with number 8, I'm a sucker for a bully character getting a redemption arc. Come on guys, Draco was a kid, he didn't have a choice, he made better choices in the end once he was more like aware of what the heck was going on. Oh man, my favorite thing is any sort of like 8th year fic where they go back to Hogwarts to complete their 7th year because, you know, it was interrupted by the war. Oh, and I love anything that has to do with Draco not being able to cast a Patronus and like Harry being the thing that fixes that. Oh my god. Okay, I'll shut up now. Number 6 is Peter Pan and Jack Frost. Is there an official name for this ship? If there is, I'm not aware of one. I stumbled onto this one night looking for any remotely gay Disney content, and I was kind of surprised. You know, I wouldn't expect people to ship a DreamWorks character with a Disney character, but once you think about it a little bit, it works really well. 2 magic, unaging, flying teenagers. They're perfect for each other. And I feel like this could be, if it weren't for the internet, a very child-friendly ship. Like, it's a good one for keeping sexualization out of it. Number 5 is Bubblegum. Listen, I am so proud of Cartoon Network right now. I usually don't want to ship things that are canon, but Bubblegum's canon, so I love queer representation in content that was meant for children and that is done in a way that is just good and pure and has nothing to do with sex. Why must anything gay be sexualized? And don't get me wrong, I have a sex drive. Not without human bodily functions. Some people don't have a sex drive, whatever. I just don't see the need to represent a gay relationship as a sexual thing, and Bubblegum does that so well. Princess Bubblegum and Marceline have history. They care deeply about each other. It's perfect. And it's positive, child-friendly representation. Also, I really just want to give Marceline a really big hug. Number 4 is Polyfrogs and Charmer. This one comes from a webcomic called Check Please that I absolutely very, 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 very highly recommend. It's great. It's so good. But my favorite ship, which is kind of a combo of ships from this one, involves multiple characters that are a year younger than the main character. So they are freshmen when he is a sophomore. And this is Derek Nurse, or Nursey, Chris Cho, or Chowder, William Poindexter, or Dex, and Chris's canonical girlfriend, Caitlin Farmer, who they usually call by her last name, Farmer. Originally, I shipped just Nursey Dex. That's Dex and Nursey, obviously. And then I was sort of into Polyfrogs. The reason for that ship name, by the way, They, as a group, the three of them, are referred to as the frogs in the series. I can't really go too far into explaining that. So anyway, then I realized, wait, so much Polyfrogs content leaves out Farmer. Why is it that Chowder can have 2 boyfriends, but then he's supposed to not have a girlfriend anymore? So, that's why I'm specifying that I ship Polyfrogs and Charmer together. Number 3 is Bylers. I almost included a second Check Please ship, but I figured, let's do something else. This is another good example of a ship that's like a relatively child-friendly. Yeah, there's some cursing and some more adult themes in Stranger Things, but these are 2 characters that are kids. So if I catch any of y'all sexualizing Mike and Will, I'm gonna beat your ass. Not really. I am 5'5". I could not beat anybody's ass. Anyway, I also really dig Eleven. Yes, 11's awesome, and I love that 11 seems to, at this point anyway, loves Mike. I don't want to say, like, definitively that she does, because, you know, they're still kids. But also, like, I'm a greedy, polyamorous son of a bitch. So, anything I can get my grubby little polyamorous hands on is gonna become some sort of poly ship. So, while I do like Bylers separately, and I do enjoy Eleven separately, shit, I can't talk, I like them together as well. Number 2 is Relia. You know, Disney could have done it. They could have made Girl Meets World the first show with a queer couple as main characters, or even a single queer character, you know, like main character. I don't mean like the moms that show up in Good Luck Charlie for like 20 seconds. But they didn't do it. I'm still frustrated, but whatever. I mean, come on. Riley and Maya are Corey and Sean 2.0. They could have redeemed the way that the original show, you know, made all these gay jokes all the time, like, ha, Corey and Sean are like a little too close, ha, isn't it funny how they're like almost like a couple? Isn't it so funny how they call each other babe sometimes, and Corey always says, I love when you call me babe, and all of that? Like, quit teasing us. I'm yelling a lot in this video. Number 1 is GhiraLink. Y'all know by now I am a sucker for fanfiction tropes. Listen, the second Ghirahim. How do you guys say that, by the way? Do y'all say Ghirahim or Ghirahim? I prefer Ghirahim. I know nobody else does, but whatever. The second Ghirahim sticks his tongue out and almost licks Link at the place where they have the first battle, I was sold. Like, I was gone. That was it. I didn't have a choice in the matter. I was going to ship GhiraLink. I'm such a sucker for a villain and a hero getting together, and I like a good, like, Ghirahim didn't have a choice in the matter fic. Like, you know, he's just a sword spirit like Fi. Fee or Fi? Do you guys say Fee or Fi? I like Fi. I know that most people say Fee, especially because people use Fee as a nickname for the name Fiona, but whatever. But Fi is just like her own weird robot self, and Ghirahim's the same thing. So, who's to say if he were under a different master, or if he were still around when Demise was gone, that he wouldn't be nice? Let me live. Let me, like, dream this, okay? Alright, that is it. That is my top 10 favorite ships of all time. There are a lot that didn't make it onto this list, but I wanted to kind of vary it. I didn't want to go with things from the same fandom. I almost did, but I chose not to in the end. And this went really long, I know. I intended on Majora Talks being the shorter videos, but maybe that just means I'll have to do a short how this thing changed my life on Friday. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for listening, and psych! Number 1 is actually a tie between GhiraLink and SidLink. SidLink? SidLink. I don't know. From the moment I saw Sidon for the first time, I was absolutely in love with him. Ah, what a sweetheart, what a babe. Like, he is so full of joy and kindness, and he's so sweet to Link, and I just want Link to be gay with somebody. Oh, what a babe. I love Sidon. Maybe I'm just projecting myself onto Link and I want to be with Sidon. I don't know. If I cared enough to go back through all of my Snapchat memories, I totally have pictures where I post on Snapchat to my story for all my friends to see, like me getting excited about Sidon. Oh, I love him. I love him. I love Mifa too, but I love Sidon. Alright, you guys, this is the real end of this video. Thanks for sticking with me for so long. Perhaps this Friday's How This Thing Changed My Life will be a little shorter. I haven't really decided what it's on yet, to be honest. But thanks for listening, and I'll see you on Friday for How This Thing Changed My Life. Bye!